Welcome to Echoes of Ancient Africa, the podcast where we journey back in time to explore the forgotten civilizations of Africa. I'm your host, Wamuzi, and in this episode, we'll uncover one of the most powerful yet often overlooked civilizations in human history, the Kingdom of Aksum, a thriving empire that once reigned in what is now modern-day Ethiopia and Eritrea. The Aksumite kingdom rose to prominence around 100 CE, and remained a powerful player in global trade for nearly a millennium. It shaped not only the history of Africa, but also influenced the rest of the ancient world in ways that will surprise you. So let's dive into the rise, culture, and contributions of the Kingdom of Aksum. Imagine, if you will, an ancient trading port along the Red Sea. It's bustling with merchants from distant lands, Romans, Persians, Indians, all exchanging goods like silk, spices, ivory, and gold. This isn't just any port, it's Adulis, one of the most important cities in the Kingdom of Aksum. Aksum's rise began around the 1st century CE, rooted in its strategic position between the Roman Empire, India, and the rest of Africa. Its location allowed it to control trade routes both on land and sea, and its wealth grew rapidly. As traders passed through, Aksum became a center of commerce, a melting pot of cultures, and a beacon of power in East Africa. But trade wasn't the only thing that made Aksum rise to greatness. The kingdom was also known for its military might. Under King Ezana in the 4th century, Aksum expanded its territory into parts of modern-day Yemen, Sudan, and northern Ethiopia. The conquest of the Kingdom of Meroe marked Aksum as a serious regional powerhouse. So what was the secret behind Aksum's rise? Trade, of course, but also political unity, strong leadership, and religious transformation. The Kingdom of Aksum wasn't just known for its military and economic might, it was a cultural and religious hub, a bridge between Africa and the ancient Mediterranean world. In the early 4th century, Aksum became one of the first African kingdoms to adopt Christianity. King Ezana's conversion to Christianity is a pivotal moment in history. According to historical records, it was Frumentius, a Syrian missionary, who convinced King Ezana to embrace the Christian faith. Aksum's embrace of Christianity predated the conversion of the Roman Empire, making it one of the earliest Christian nations in the world. The cross began to appear on Aksumite coins, marking the kingdom's religious identity for centuries to come. Christianity wasn't the only influence on Aksum's culture. The people of Aksum practiced a mix of their indigenous traditions, Sabaean influences from across the Red Sea, and Greco-Roman culture due to their trade connections. This blend of influences resulted in a unique fusion of art, language, and architecture. One of Aksum's most fascinating legacies is its monumental architecture. Perhaps the most famous are the towering obelisks, or stelae, some of which stood over 20 meters high and weighed hundreds of tons. These massive structures were intricately carved and served as grave markers for kings and elites. Some say they point to the sky as a connection between earth and the heavens, reflecting the kingdom's spiritual beliefs. Aksum's contributions to Africa and world history are immense. First, let's talk about trade. Aksum wasn't just a local player, it was a global hub. It traded with the Roman Empire, Persia, India, and even as far away as China. Aksum exported goods like gold, ivory, and exotic animals, while importing silk, spices, and precious metals. This extensive trade network made it one of the most economically powerful civilizations of its time. But Aksum didn't just engage in trade, it innovated within it. The kingdom was among the first African civilizations to mint its own coins. Gold, silver, and bronze coins were minted, and they often bore inscriptions in the Gaze script, one of the oldest written languages in Africa. These coins were used not only within the kingdom, but also in international trade, which facilitated economic growth and enhanced Aksum's influence globally. Aksum also played a critical role in spreading Christianity in Africa. Its legacy as one of the first Christian kingdoms helped shape the religious landscape of Ethiopia and beyond, influencing modern-day Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity. Lastly, Aksum's significance lies in its ability to stand at the crossroads of civilizations. It was a bridge between Africa, the Middle East, and the rest of the ancient world. Its cultural, religious, and economic impacts are still felt today, especially in Ethiopia, where the Church of St. Mary of Zion in Aksum is said to house the Ark of the Covenant, a legendary artifact central to biblical history. The Kingdom of Aksum was more than just a trading empire. It was a cultural beacon, a spiritual pioneer, and a key player in the global affairs of the ancient world. Its rise, contributions, and cultural innovations have left a lasting imprint on Africa and the world. Though the kingdom began to decline around the 7th century due to shifts in trade routes and the rise of Islamic empires, its influence is far from forgotten. Even today, Ethiopia remains a unique cultural and religious hub, a testament to the legacy of Aksum. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the past. I hope you've enjoyed learning about the Kingdom of Aksum. If you have any thoughts or suggestions for future episodes, feel free to reach out to us. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and share this podcast with fellow history lovers. Until next time, I'm Wamuzi, reminding you that the echoes of history are always within reach. If you just listen closely enough,